Hey, Dustin here. A lot of you know I love to home roast coffee, and I've got something that I'm really excited about that I've been testing out. I'd like to show it to you. Here we go. First up, show you my typical setup, which is the heat gun bread machine combination roaster. The heat gun obviously provides the heat while the bread machine stirs the coffee to roast it evenly. Those vice grips you see there are actually are held on by a clip, which basically has a stem so that my thermocouple can reach the bottom of the fluid bed. That's this right here, counting up the temp. Now we just started this roast, so it's not too hot yet. We also got the cooler, which typically is down there by the end of the shop vac. I just finished roasting a batch, so here's the beans in there. They've just been cooled. Essentially, hose goes down in through this hole here, where the cool air is then pulled down through the coffee to cool it via the shop vac. Now, what I've been working on here is just a prototype here, basically stitched together using some pieces that I had around the house and stuff that I bought. What I've got here is essentially what acts similarly to a heating unit, central air unit, where I've got a high-speed fan, squirrel cage type thing. This here is a floor cooler or floor dryer from Harbor Freight. Basic variable speed thing. I've got this inside a box so that it can pull the air through. And what we've got here, essentially, is as the coffee's roasting, the smoke and the chaff is picked up, piped through over here into the chaff collector. Now this here is kind of what is referred to as a cyclone, and all that essentially is inside this bucket I have a smaller bucket that I inverted and drilled into the lid. So essentially there's a bucket hanging down inside of this one, and this tube goes around that bucket, creating a swirl of air. That allows the solids to settle to the bottom, and then the air and smoke to come out through the middle of that second bucket on over into where we would exhaust. Now, what I'm thinking about doing here is hooking something else onto the end of this and venting it more outside so that the garage doesn't always smell like roasted coffee. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Just kind of prototyping it out. I've got about 3 roasts now on this. So we'll see how it continues to go and develop, and hopefully get to show you the finished product sometime soon. So there you've got it. Home engineering at its finest.